And on day 2 of the Howard Rana's trial in Chicago court, David Coleman Headley returned to the stand to continue his outline on how he helped plot 26/11.
While the ISI remains a very important backstory, there were fewer direct references to ISI during the second day of court. But a larger and more complicated picture emerges of the overlaps between the LET, Al-Qaeda and rogue elements of the ISI.
Testimony that a lot of money was provided, GPS and other equipment, and in a civil suit, the organization bears responsibility for what its people are doing. Because of that, owes compensation to the victims' families. This takes sophisticated planning and logistical coordination. It's not done by individuals spontaneously. Under our law, anyone who provides material support for a terrorist act shares in the responsibility to compensate the victims. It is inconceivable to me that this attack, years in the planning, was done by a dozen individuals on their own. David Headley's testimony fleshes out what we believe, that members of the ISI had a meaningful role in providing material support for the terrorist attacks and have to join in an effort to provide meaningful compensation to the victims.
First point is that the American government has enough evidence against the ISI and its recent terror activities. They're just going to use the Chicago evidence further to bring it into public to say, he said it, we are not saying it, but they can start pressing Pakistan's nerve more because their patience has run out post the Osama bin Laden expose. The second aspect is that Mr. Hilali continues to keep being in a state of denial to say which Major Iqbal. The point to understand centrally is that this operation took several years to put together. And therefore, by implication, General Kiani, as the former head of the ISI, is also somebody who's going to come under the scanner. So the entire Pakistani establishment, with apologists like Mr. Jilani, are going to stand up and continue to keep defending them. And the third point that Mr. Jilani made about Kashmir, he must understand Kashmir acceded to India under the same rules of partition by which Pakistan was created. So if you contest the accession of Kashmir to India, Pakistanis should begin to question their very existence.